Again, lots of fun races right now, but I think the NL Cy Young, Sandy Alcantara's been really good, but for me, it's Pablo Lopez.
For me, it's Pablo Lopez, too. And it's hard to separate those two guys. Musgrove, Scherzer, it's a great field, but nobody even knows that the Marlins are playing except us. Pablo Lopez has been so good, man. He is, this season, 8 starts, 8 earned runs. 3 of them were in that start the other day against Washington. But I just felt like the separator, when you got down to it, him versus Corbin Burns, was ERA. We're talking about almost 0.7 of a run in ERA. And regardless of what the other numbers show, I'm a big believer in ERA, that in Cy Young, that it's a performance award. So I know what maybe some of these stats tell me should be happening. I kind of vote on what just happened.
Rather than expected ERA, expected slugging.
Right.
What's he actually doing? Give him the tangible evidence. Who do you got for Cy Young?
You know, I understand the Lopez argument because it is very impressive. So if it ended today, he's a Cy Young, but you need to understand that this is a bear market. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got to bite the dip. You know what I mean? So Corbin Burns, I understand he has a record. It's 1-2. He's in the 2s, and you're like, oh, he's not that good. He's still very good.
Yeah.
It's in the low 2s. But what I'm saying is this: when you look at the markers, you know, and I'm looking at the PE ratio and all that of Corbin Burns.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? This is real. I mean, that cutter is going to work. And I know that we are picking perhaps right now, he's not the Cy Young Award winner, but at the end of the year, that cutter is going to play. So it's almost like he just needs to get out of his own way. Like all he has to do is be himself, and that's going to dominate. So I'm going to go with the secure, understanding my stock, and I'm going to invest in him, even though it's a little bit of a dip right now.
Because in the ERA, that's a pretty big difference, Lowe's. 2.26 to 1.57, that's pretty substantial.
I know. Well, if it ended right now, Pablo Lopez is a Cy Young Award winner.
Right.
But I'm still putting my money on Corbin Burns. As a matter of fact, I'm going to buy a little bit cheaper right now. I'm giving you secretly some stock.
You're trying to make the guy who won the Cy Young last year as an underdog. But okay, sure.
Well, it did. It's like Tesla, you know what I'm saying?
He's talking investments, you're talking Hollywood. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Excellent. To go back to your point with the Brewers, though, you mentioned this earlier. What's impressive, too, is that in the past it was Woodruff, Peralta, Burns, and now Woodruff's kind of dipped a little bit. Peralta's hurt. The emergence of Lauer and Hauser, it's ridiculous how good those two guys have been.
You know, I was waiting to see if you would include Eric Lauer in your Cy Young group, because you ever look at his ERA plus? Last time I looked at it was 2.40. It's crazy.
Yeah. And really good how good he's been. And one name that he mentioned, by the way, Max Scherzer. I thought about it. I mean, Scherzer's now is hurt, but you talk about strikeouts, durability. Max has been as advertised for the Mets so far.
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, and unfortunately with the injury, that's something that health is going to be very key for him, of course. But Max Scherzer came in just like you said, as advertised, as expected, dominant, sequencing. He was a bulldog on the mound. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, how old are you, buddy? Like, are you really 37? There's no way. It's like a kid out there.
He's got the all-important Mad Max reference you can make, too.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
He lives up to that.
Mad Max, Fury Road.